Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven. We're going to be going back with Scarlax, Horzat and Gator. And I think this time what we might do is we might go to the Harrower Hive and see if we can finish it off. It was difficult, but this time we do have two people on our team who are going to ignore negative scenario effects, and that's going to make a big difference, I think, with what we're going to try and do. We do have these quests on the battlements: fight for evil, fight against evil, or bring hail the vessel for the plane of night. I think we're going to leave them for the moment and head on to the side quests. So let's have a city encounter first, and then we'll head back to the Harrower Hive and I guess have our asses handed to us. Please, something of interest, sirs. The words come through in chitters and hisses, and you turn your head towards an alley in the Ward of Scales to see a harrower, how appropriate, dressed in crude robes and a mask. It holds out a piece of parchment. Something for sirs, very powerful, just 5 gold. You can see the parchment has designs for something on it, but you still recognise this harrower. It's known for trading in disreputable goods. You can't know where that parchment came from, and if anyone saw you dealing with this creature, well, they might get the wrong idea. I'm happy to make a deal with it. A circlet of elements design. Intrigued by the parchment, you quickly make a decision to buy it. The exchange is fast, and then you move on your way, hoping no one saw you. So we're going to have to spend 5 gold. I think Horzat is currently the most advanced, so I don't want the Horzat to spend any. Let's do it like that. Let's do it like that. So, I mean, obviously, we don't want to spend any gold anywhere, but I am curious as to what this circle of elements is. During your turn, consume any element to create any other element, and it gets tapped. Well, that's interesting. I don't think we have anyone with a headspace available. Got a small item there. We have a hand item here if we had anything one-handed that we could grab. I don't think there's anything one-handed left. We've got 2 small items potentially on Scarlax. It could be worth us just getting like a stamina potion or stun powder. Probably not a healing potion. But a stamina potion could be really quite handy. I'd like to save up for the Ring of Skulls, actually, to be honest. Just because getting an extra mob in would be very useful. I might wait until we have one of the other characters that does more with summons. Ah, shield. Yeah. Yeah, we could get a steel ring for Scarlax. Let's do that. And we could also do the same for Gator, because you've got space for... There we go, we've got some emergency shield should people be taking massive damage and we really don't want to. It's one use items, but they are still going to be useful. Right, off to the Harrower Hive. We've seen this dialogue before, so we'll skip through.
The trouble is, though, we can't find anyone brave or stupid enough to go in there after them.
Yeah, that's where we come in. That is totally where we come in, because we're brave enough. Or maybe stupid enough, because we've been in there before. Okay, as you walk down a dirt path, you see a hard-looking mercenary sitting in a patch of grass. He nods at you as you pass. Hey, friends. There's something off about his tone, though. I don't suppose one of you might be willing to part with the stamina potion, would you? I'm headed towards Gloomhaven, but I've come such a long way, and I'm not feeling too good about the stretch I have left. With the clank of his sword sheath against his armour and a loud groan, the man stands up. I'll pay you well for it. Politely decline and move on. We don't have a stamina potion, so we can't. There was something off-putting about that man. More than happy to move along and put some distance between us.
not one to back down from a challenge. You make your way to the Watcher Mountains, where the old man... You want...
Okay. Overkill a monster, loot 5 more gold piles. Let's try for the 5 or more gold piles. Health at the end is low, that's possible. Take only short rests. I mean, we'll be lucky to get through it, so these are, of course, optional objectives. So we've got to discard 3 cards for the Brute, because he's not immune to the scenario effects, but everyone else is fine. So these are just discarded. We're not going to use them right away. So maybe things that Eye for an Eye, Skewer, and balance measure. 3 is such a large number. Okay, over here we want to get the Mine's Weakness on for maximum damage. So when any destructible wall segments are destroyed, all enemies adjacent gain stun. That's enemies adjacent, not friends adjacent. And of course we've got this kind of large area that we're going to be pushing through into. So I think we'll do the same as we did last time. Clear that way around, then that, then like that. But we need to, of course, get up close to this first. 1, 2, 3. So anything that's got move 3 would do nicely. Failing that, just move 2 and attack this one. Feedback clip would get us move 4. But let's go with the Withering Claw. Do all the slow stuff at the early start. We don't have anything that's going to generate cold. Not until we use Perverse Edge or Hostile Takeover. So let's leave Volatile Concoction for the moment. Instead we can use... Well, we only need to move 2, don't we? Hook Gun would be a reasonable ranged attack. And then we could move up closer. Again, just moving 2 is all we need, so let's use Flamethrower to move in on that. Leaping Cleave will get us moving 3 forwards. And Hook and Chain would get us attacking one of these. Yeah, they're just not close enough yet. Because I don't want to just like run straight into the corner. Although let's do this. That's unfortunate, but we can work with it. Is that not letting us target this one? That is weird. So we're supposed to be able to target 2 bits around, which would mean being able to target this one on the end. Cool. First guy is stunned. We've got some night demons and we've got vipers. If we had light up, he would be cursing himself. But yeah, that guy is going to just attack whoever's right next to him, so it's not really a problem. Vipers, they're going to move and then they're going to attack and poison. Ugh. And of course the Harrower Infestor is just going to do its thing with its retaliate. Well, if we have this available, maybe we should start on the elites actually. What we can do is we can move in here like this. And just start putting damage on it. We're going to be suffering a disadvantage. Skip the pull because there's nowhere to pull it. And yeah, I like this actually. We'll move up like this. We'll get the Mind's Weakness attack on you. 1 down. We could skewer through. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, we've already lost skewer. Spare dagger and provoking, no, and warding strength. So we can attack twice and we're moving relatively quickly. Over here I think we'll have enhancement field and reviving shock. Again, trying to move quickly. And we want to start generating that cold so that we can get cards back. So hostile takeover will generate cold. And we can do submissive affliction to get this guy to attack the other direction. Alright, Harrower Infestor is going to attack in a line. That's not going to hit anything close to us. My demon's going to try and move through, isn't going to make it. And the Viper is going to do some stuff. So let's get you to attack this way and get some poison on him. Nice and handy. And then we can actually double down against it because you're going to be attacking him. Ooh, look at that. That's going quite nicely. Warding strength hit on you. And yeah, you're only going to move 1, so we could push it back just to make it a bit. I should have done these the other way around. We could push it back to make it a little bit easier for our Tinkerer, but alas, that's not going to work with what we've got planned. So at this point, actually, you're not close enough. That's a shame. I thought you would be. Well, we can start damaging in both directions. Or we could move in. We're already suffering a disadvantage here. So, yeah, let's do that. So we're going to use this to move in. We could move up a little bit further, actually, to there. Just so we're not right next to it. So we'll use our goggles to try and gain an advantage. We'll use the minor power potion. We don't need to do any piercing. Oh, and we get an extra target. Let's hit that one. Bang! Big hit. That went okay. We're going to want to use volatile concoction over here, but we can also use toxic bolt to just do a little smack. So we're going to have to get you to move in next. Let's just do those. And last but not least, I'd like something with a little bit of range on it, but I don't really feel like we've got anything. Hostile takeovers are only real ranged attack. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If we move up next to it, we can get it killed. So let's go for... We don't need to do any healing. We could also clear out this if we were to do Brain Leech and let's say Parasitic Influence just to open it up. That's not a bad idea because then we'll be strengthened for the next turn. Okay, it's moving slowly. Do we want to get the shield on? I suppose. Anything on the other side is going to be stunned, so maybe it'd be better to do this and then move afterwards. Yeah, that's not been enough to open things up yet. So moving a bit closer. Let's get the advantage going. Now that Viper should have been stunned, or maybe he... Oh yeah, he is stunned. We've got skeletons on the other side. They're going to come in quite far. And then this is not actually close enough just to do anything, so we'll just skip that attack. We'll give you back your cards. Most notably, you've got Trample, and these guys are going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, so they'll be close enough that we can actually use it. So maybe spare Dagger and Eye for an Eye just to give different options. Let's get this guy killed. It should be straightforward. Ha, ha, ha. Of course. Of course. Luckily, we're not the only ones that suffered on that. But that is still... You know what? Let's use the shield. This is why we have the shield. Alright. First edge would let us do a little bit of stunning. But I think Apathetic Assault to move in and Frigid Apparition just to get a reasonably big hit. So we're going to move to here and attack this way. We could do eye for an eye for hitting the thing next to us. In fact, I'd like the Tinkerer to take it out. So eye for an eye will actually get us to move in, and then Trample to get a decent pierce hit on the Elite. And over here, let's say Restore to Mist to try and heal that poison, and then just anything else to do the attack. Crankbow. Yeah, we've got to get it killed before it heals up. Giant Vipers are doing a lot of moving and poisoning, which is going to be after we've done our healing, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Luckily, it just healed the poison. Okay, so let's... Going to be attacking for 0. Yeah, let's focus on the Elite. We don't need to heal, but this is going to give us a little bit of benefit. Mentally, if nothing else. Yeah, let's get poison on this guy. Nice hit. So, try again. It's not enough. Come down here and get that gold, if nothing else. Step in and attack this guy. Awesome. One down. Immobilized and poisoned, but we don't care too much about that. 1 damage, heat shield. Here comes the other Viper. Not close enough. This guy, however, is, which is a shame. That's worth us using the big ring on. So this would be 2 attacks, 1 as a stun attack and 1 as a regular. Over here we're going to want Net Shooter and Reinvigorating Elixir, so we'll do a direct attack with Net Shooter here, and we'll get towards that to get all of his stuff back. So if we do him as a long rest, he'll do a little bit of healing. We're going to have this stunned, but I'm okay with that. So the Harrower is trying to move quickly. So here's the stun. These are going to just move, attack, and poison, so they can't really get in close enough to do anything, and he's stunned, so he's not going to be a problem. Oh no, don't do that. Do the regular attack on this guy. In fact, go for him and get poison on him as well. Because it'll help with the shield in the future. So disappointing that that he got to move before us, but thankfully he didn't have any form of damage. Oh, you're not actually close enough. Oh, I thought you were close enough. We can't move because we're immobilized. Fine. That's frustrating. We'll have to do it next time. Ooh, that's a little painful. Definitely going to want to get that poison gone. We will manually burn. Brute force, I think. It just doesn't have the damage output that we'd like. Okay, gotta move quickly. So over here it's gonna be a short rest. Yeah, we can. Actually, no. I'd like to keep parasitic influence. I'd like to, but there's no real need to, because we can potentially push this guy back if we've got anything that can do that. We're going to do a trample on him, which means we can do an eye for an eye to get some healing in on someone else. Empathetic Assault and Frigid Apparition will let us heal our current poison. It's a nice combination. And over here, Stun Shot and Ink Bomb. Okay, Vipers are jumping around, poisoning everyone. Living Bones is attacking big. So it'd be very good to get him killed off. And we can stun him, just in case it doesn't work. Okay, I like that. Tiny bit of healing. Let's move here. We don't need that trample. But it's going to get a wound on him. Oh, or just outright kill him. So this is going to move here and poison both of them. That's annoying, but it is what it is. Or we can move right on him. We're already poisoned and we can stun him. I like that. That's a better plan. Tinkerer, you have to have a short rest. No. We'll lose Crankbow. Because Restorative Mist is going to be really, really useful. Do we have anything that attacks on the bottom? I don't think so. But we could do Reinvigorating Elixir in a few turns. Okay, let's assume you're going to heal yourself. Reverse Edge will get a quick attack off, and then we need something to move. Feedback loop. That works. Yeah, if we did Restorative Mist this turn, and then like Reinvigorating Elixir next turn, you'll be healed up. So Restorative Mist and the Ink Bomb gets us moving. And over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we get Hook and Chain and use our boots, we can move like quite far in, and then Balance Measure will be a second attack on something nearby. Stabbity stabbity. It's so totally dead. Man, this is a jump move, so we could just push like this. Yeah, go to there actually. Get rid of your poison. And move on into here. It feels like this is going better than last time. Big move on in. And then Balance Measure will hit this. That stuns the skeleton. You're shielding and retaliating at range. You're moving in. And you're moving in. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're actually going to make it up next to us. Huh? Who didn't you? Nothing to poison us in here, though. That's quite nice. And we can do more stun by knocking out the nearby walls as well. Ow. You know what, we'll take the damage at this point, because we've got a fair bit of health, but that's very painful. We can do Hostile Takeover and Submissive Affliction, but I don't know if we can see through this bit of wall. So let's do it that way round, and let's hope that we can get the wall eliminated before then. Ooh, we could do Warning Strength, Attack 3, Push 2, 1, 2. It's not enough push. It's not enough push, that's a shame. Well, Spare Dagger and Provoking Roar will let us kind of tidy up what's in front. But this might be a good point for us to, well, do something like Ink Bomb is really what I was thinking. But Flamethrower could also work. Except we're going to end up flaming one of our own guys. So let's not do that. enhancement field and reviving shock. And we'll do it that way around. They are moving quickly. The Harrower Infestor's coming a bit closer. Not really that much of a problem. These guys are going to attack at ranged and muddle, so getting him disarmed is actually going to be really good. But attacking this wall is also going to be handy. So let's do this. Wow, that was so entirely terrible. He's disarmed, so he's not really a problem this turn. Let's go after the wall. I mean, it wouldn't have made a difference what we went after with a -2 like that. Let's drink our healing potion. The frustration is real. Okay, so let's pierce through on these two. It does mean that you're going to have to attack the thing next to you, but we'll just do what we can. Yeah, because he's not visible. That's where this is gonna really fall apart in terms of a plan. Oh, unless that happens to work. Now, with these guys being stunned, I think it's actually better if I go for this guy and get him to attack this direction and kill himself with retaliate. Amazing. That could not have gone better. Alright, let's go get a drink. Right, okay, back to the mission. So these guys are going to be stunned, so they're not really a problem this turn at all. We'll do both of these, and we can step in and do as much damage as possible against Skellington. Over here, we could... Yeah, pulling stuff into traps isn't really going to work. Moving slowly, though, and getting a reinvigorating elixir on someone could be handy. So, hypothetically, hook gun and reinvigorating elixir. We'll get a bit of damage in and move mobs around. Leaping Cleave could give us the flexibility of moving around, or just attacking straight in front of us. And warding strength. Let's do this. Try and move a little bit slower. So the Harrower Infestor is going to shield and retaliate at range. Okay, so we're not attacking him this turn. The Living Bones is basically going to do nothing because he's locked in, and the Demon is going to move to an attack. So this one is going to still be way too far away. Yeah, let's step in. Although actually, how far is this moving? He's moving 2, so 1, 2. Yeah, if we go in, we'll be actually able to be hit. So let's just go to here and get a hit off. Unfortunate, not as big a hit as I would have liked, but it is what it is. Okay, now it's worth us jumping in and pushing this guy back. So we'll hit you. Oh, cool, it's going to get him killed. And we'll push you to there. Oh no, it was a stun trap. Well, it's still got him stunned, so there's use in that, isn't there? Get the Mind Thief's cards back. And let's try and kill this one. You couldn't make it up. You really couldn't make it up. I will pull it in closer just so we can attack it quickly next time. So we'll Toxic Bolt and Net Shooter. I think. I mean, we've also got super fast attacks here. We'll do Perverse Edge to get a stun out and Empathetic Assault. No. Brain Leech. Let's not do Perverse Edge. Let's do Brain Leech and Hostile Takeover. So we can actually use Volatile Concoction over here and get cards back instead of Net Shooter. And over here, this is going to have to be Short Rest. Dislike losing that. But we do need our health to be low at the end, so it is what it is. Let's say Spare Dagger to attack here, and Trample to also attack. Well, it did nothing except poisonous. Yeah, let's do this. That is amusing, but unhelpful. Because we really need to get this guy killed. So we'll just double down on him. And the reason I'm using this rather than the main ability is, the main ability rather than the sub ability, is so we can get that frost infused. Which we can then use here like this. Get your cards back. We'll get a Toxic Bolt on you. Tiny bit of damage, but the most important thing is the poison from that. It's only going to attack 2. So maybe killing the Harrower. That's very sucky. Roll big, roll big. Okay, big enough. damage. Take 3 damage. We need to get the brute healed slightly. So at this point, Empathetic Assault will do some healing on us. And that'd move us in. If we jump over to there, hostile takeover, we could get a quick attack on him and immobilize him. Net shooter and stun shot will allow us to get him stunned and us to move around a little bit. And over here, it might be time to put warding strength on. So let's assume we're doing warding strength. And hook and chain, it gives us flexibility. Okay, the Night Demon's not doing anything unless you're right next to him. So let's hop on over as we planned. Awesome. Another one bites the dust. Stun on the skeleton, so he's not a concern. And I suppose we could just get the gold at this point. Because we don't need to be up close and personal. Especially if we're going to potentially like push through the side walls. So warding strength, that'll help out a little bit. Another stun. Well, got him killed. So the next wall, we're going to want to move to. So anything that moves will be fine. And then get a decent attack. Probably Perverse Edge. So yeah, let's do Withering Claw, Perverse Edge. Over here, Leaping Cleave, and sure, Balanced Measure. You're gonna have to take a short rest. That's fine. Yeah, we'll burn Volatile Concoction. We don't need to keep getting cards back at this point, although it is really handy. So let's burn Hook Gun instead. It's really, really handy. We'll do Restorative Mist to start getting the healing on our friend over here, and Volatile Concoction will let us give him his cards back. So step in, get some coins. Not going to do that attack. We're going to do this attack. And another wall drops. So the Viper's going to shield and attack nearby. That's not a problem. This guy's going to move 3 and attack. So he's going to come in and hit us. This is a stun trap. So we'll give you back Trample and Spare Dagger. Okay, we got lucky with that one. Very lucky. Yeah, with Leaping Cleave, if we come to here, we could attack both the wall and this guy. Sorry, no, we can just attack the skeleton. I am going crazy. But it's starting on getting the big damage off, which is good. So keeping on that, provoking raw spare dagger. Although we could skewer for the pierce, but I think that's fine as it is. Yeah, we've lost reinvigorating elixir, haven't we? So we need so we need to move in. Let's go Toxic Bolt and Ink Bomb to move, I think. Actually, we could use Stun Shot to move. And over here, we'll get Brain Leech or an enhancement attack. And yeah, they're not really close enough for us to do those on them. So let's have Frigid Apparition as well, just to make sure this guy dies. Because he's going to shield and heal. Right, what are the vibes doing? Move 2, attack, immobilize, and poison. Okay. So we'll disarm it and try and kill it. Shielding and healing, which is annoying, but we can still keep hitting him. This is why we've got the double attacks. We may as well use the poison on him just to help out. And we get an advantage for this turn and the next. Awesome. Start getting some of those gold bits. Or someone else can. And this is just out of range, which is a shame, but we may as well attack the wall if nothing else. It's only going to move 2, so it's not going to get close enough to actually hit us. Right. Enhancement Field is a decent ranged attack. And Flamethrower to provide shielding, maybe? Not really going to be very useful, actually. Reviving Shock to provide healing to the brute would probably be more immediately useful. Because we are approaching the end of this. And we've got plenty of cards left. Over here is Skewer and Trample. Because we don't really have another choice. Okay, the Viper's moving and poisoning everything nearby, or trying to. So what we'll do is we'll walk 2 this way, so we're not immediately next to each other. And we'll get a skewer on him. Like that. There's the Warding Strength coming in. the movement there and just get a big hit on you. That is a big hit. It's not worth us burning a heal when he's poisoned, so we're not going to do that anymore. Instead, we'll just get the enhancement field and we'll just move and pick up some gold. Oh, an extra target. Well, blast that wall then. That was so worthwhile. It totally was not worthwhile. We need our Mine Thief to be getting more gold. Yeah, do a long rest. Get some healing in. That's actually a smart move over here as well. And over here we'll move up and just start attacking. So yeah, just do that. Yeah, it's not much of a hit, but it doesn't need to be. These guys are resting anyway. Okay, let's lose Skewer. That's sorted out our healing. And over here we'll lose Withering Claw, I think. Team's definitely a lot better prepared this time, knowing what we've got and being able to dodge the scenario effects. 1, 2, 3. Really, really big deal, that. Yeah, let's get feedback loop to move in. And Frigid Apparition to just do an attack on the wall. Over here, 1, 2. Yeah, we need to move in about the same. Actually, let's do Empathetic Assault to move forwards. And we'll just get you 1 piece of gold. And we'll lose Feedback Loop for the moment. I like that better. Over here, you need to take a short rest. Ooh, losing Enhancement Field. Okay. So we'll do Restorative Mist on ourselves, and well, we can actually burn Reviving Shock, assuming you move in closer. So you've got to move in relatively quickly. Spare Dagger will get us moved in. No, it won't. Leaping Cleave will get us moved in, and we need something that's going to attack. Well, it's going to have to be Spare Dagger for the attack. That's fine, we'll do it that way. Get gold. And we'll skip that attack. We only need 1 more gold pile. Step in, get an attack off. Oh, and we've opened it up. Unexpected, but that's okay. So they're starting off by healing up, and that's not actually the final line, these two. I'm quite glad we're doing the healing thing. Quite glad. So heal up yourself. And heal up over here. Okay, hostile takeover is a ranged attack. So we need something that's just going to move us a tiny bit. Although, actually, if we hostile takeover this, it might attack the other one, which could be really cool. And then Submissive Affliction is another option, because if it ends up being bad, then we'll just get an attack in the wall. Getting a flamethrower on it would be really nice. It seems like it's a tiny bit of a waste. Toxic Bolt is probably a better option. So Toxic Bolt and then something to move just a tiny distance away. One, two, three. Hook and Chain doesn't have the range that I need because I want to get these guys together, ideally. I wonder if we trample through them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, like, balanced measure. Could be a lot of damage. Well, actually, we could. Right, Provoking Roar to disarm him. We're just going to take the retaliation on the chin, I think. And we could try trample as an option, maybe. Attack full, immobilize, and retaliate even more. So if they're not moving closer to each other, then we don't want to burn this on them. Let's hop over. It's a bit of damage. Let's find out about this actually. So if I was to go like that, would it work the way that I think it's going to work? Probably. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll get this guy disarmed. And actually, we could... No, it'd be better to just take the retaliation. Let's do this. No, we are going to get retaliate from them both. Oh, it's only going to be 2 retaliate, though. Oh, look at that. ×2 and +1. And then we could move a little bit further. But there's no point. So we're in trouble over here because we're going to get attacked pretty badly. So yeah, we can take it down to 1 damage. That's really not that bad. But we are immobilized for next turn. Oh, and we can push him back. Well, now's the time for a flamethrower. Or a toxic bolt on this one. Because he's not got retaliation range. So let's give you back your ranged attack and your submissive affliction. Yes! Yeah, this is actually going to be really good because we can do hostile takeover. So hostile takeover is going to grab you, make you the friend of our team. And we'll get submissive affliction just in case we need to do something on that side. Over here. Flamethrower as an option seems smart. And then stun shot to move. You're going to be attacking the wall of all things. So hook and chain. That'll let us move 1, 2, 3, 4 and attack, and then balance measure will let us attack as well. Oh, they're gonna heal up. It's annoying. Still, they're gonna attack and get the retaliate damage if nothing else. Or force you to attack this, maybe kill it because of the poison, and then we'll just get damage on you, and he's immobilized. So we can flame him, take a little bit of damage, and then we just move away. And he's gonna die. So we didn't take the damage. Come up here then. Wait, that's all enemies in all rooms? That means this is the last turn. Oh, I made a mistake there with that. We're immobilized, so we can't actually move. So what's behind the final wall? Ah, I don't know, and I want to know.
Night demons and animated dead. This was certainly a foul congregation of harrowers, up to no good.
So we didn't quite get these because I thought that there was more to the scenario than there actually was, but we did manage to get a new perk point for our Tinkerer.
When you return to Gloomhaven to meet up with the old man at the agreed-upon location, though, he's nowhere to be found.
Of course.
Asking around at the Sleeping Lion, no one even seems to remember him ever being there. After a few hours of searching, you begin to question whether you dreamed the whole thing. The Harrowers were real, that's certain. Perhaps the bastard just didn't want to pay you for the completed job and ran off. All that work for nothing. He had better not show his face around here again.
Yeah. We got experience, which is always welcome. And another side scenario completed. Right. Over here. Oh, we didn't actually have another available perk. So, yeah, we got another perk point, just not another available perk. Scarlax is ready to level up. So let's do that. Mass Hysteria. Attack 1, range 4, target 4, muddle, give frost, and it is not. Wow. It's not burning, or you can have 2 augments active at once. That's really quite powerful. And Frozen Mind. Okay. Spend cold to stun. It's not amazing. I think Mass Hysteria is awesome though. Firstly, it's a ranged attack, which I love. What are we gonna lose though? Having 2 augments at the same time, we'd probably want Withering Claw just because it's really useful. But I do really like our setup at the moment. So I'm not sure. I mean, I want to put it in. So let's take something out. Let's take Parasitic Influence out. So in terms of augments, we've got the Mind's Weakness and Feedback Loop that we could put on at the same time if we wanted. Over here, add a Disarm and a Muddle card. Adding 2 useful cards, I think, is probably a smart move at this point. So yeah, we'll pacify them up, and yeah, that's pretty good. All right, that's going to be a good point for us to finish off for this episode. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed it. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Gloomhaven. See you soon.